Thanks for staying with us on STL TV Live. I'm Sarah Bernard and here with Jane Callahan of Pie Oh My, which is a pie-centered business bakery in Maplewood. So you've been open about 2 years at this location, but you were baking commercially for 2 years prior to that.
Yes.
And was that under the Pie Oh My name as well?
It was.
And so, and now, you know, one of the things that I found to be very interesting about your business is you're doing a lot of marketing and really interesting you've really engaged social media and that kind of thing. So how has that been for you? Has that been
I'm flattered that you think we're doing a lot of marketing, Sarah, but really we do, you know, social media is awesome because we don't have to pay, you know, I mean, it's just not that my time is valuable and my staff's time is valuable, but we try our best to do social media. I have wonderful staff and some young people on staff that have really embraced. I have a couple people, they do Instagram and Twitter for me, and that's been a godsend. That's been great.
So they're working in the kitchen, but doing this sort of on the side.
They take the phones, take pictures of the pie.
Sure.
Take funny shots and quippish things, they say. So they're great.
Yeah, and that's great, and they're engaged in the process. And I kind of like the idea that they're actually baking and they're getting the word out. I mean, because who better to do that than people that are they're engaged with the product. So what's it been like? So you've really grown quickly, and you told me off camera that you've just been really busy at the Maplewood location. And did it kind of hit you by surprise?
Well, you just don't know. You know, it's a little. There's obviously risk involved in starting a new business, and even though you try your best to do or I did anyway, the incremental approach when you start a brick and mortar. I mean, there's you're 2 feet in, and it's just hard to know what the demand for the product will be. So I was surprised at how busy we were, and that's just really grown considerably. We're doing a fair number of special events, weddings, which we love to do weddings and other kind of corporate events, and those are wonderful customers, but also our walk-in customers. It's a lot of business. Yeah,
and then the food truck expansion. So how did you make that decision?
Again, I wanted to try to expand the business, and people say, oh, what about a new location? And I felt like I could maximize the kitchen time where we were, and it's a big commitment to divide myself between 2 locations. So that so anyway, I just decided to do the truck. I did a little research, talked to some people in the St. Louis food truck community, and it seemed like there was still some room for other trucks, and especially other dessert trucks.
Yeah, and so where does the truck travel?
We go out and about during lunchtime, but not every day. So we have been to Wells Fargo and BJC and downtown to City Garden. Those are some of the places we go. There's a lot of other kind of likely places that the trucks go to during the week. I think the bigger events that we go to, we participated in Food Truck Fridays at Tower Grove Park, which is a wonderful event, and then also, and that's sponsored by Sauce Magazine, and then Feast Magazine sponsors similar events in the St. Louis County parks, and we've done some of those as well.
So when you guys go out at lunchtime to Wells Fargo or BJC, how do you get the word out? Is that where social media comes in?
We tweet it, yeah. We tweet it. And we need to get in a rhythm and do a certain day, but we're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
So we tweet it, and it's a little bit of a field of dreams. You just load up the truck and build it, and then they just come.
Yeah.
It's great.
And that's neat. And so have there been any big surprises or big rewards that you didn't anticipate when starting the business?
I've learned a lot about so many things that I really didn't know about previously. I think that, and I continue to learn about business aspects, and I had to change the oil in my generator in the food truck last week. Well, I've never done that. It's a little messy, but I got the job done. But I think a really nice and wonderful thing at the customers, the Maplewood customers, and people from all over the metro area. They're just really lovely people. We have customers from young families at the expectant parents all the way to 90-year-old customers, and just getting to know them one-on-one, and it's nice.
And most importantly, are you, as much as you're having to kind of put your hands in everything, are you still able to do what you love to do, which is bake?
Yes, absolutely.
And what's the top selling pie?
I'd say year-round, caramel apple pecan, chocolate bourbon pecan, but then also we do some twists on traditional flavors to kind of switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
We tweak flavors all the time.
Yeah, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Well, Jane, thank you so much for coming on the show and telling us a little bit more about Pie Oh My. Now we know more than we know a lot, and we need to go there and try some of these delicious looking pies. So all the details are on your screen where Pie Oh My is located. You can also look for their truck out in the community. And they have both the food truck and the brick-and-mortar store on Sutton Boulevard. So stay with us. We're going to be back in just a few minutes with more information, and we're going to meet our friends from the Covering House and everything that they've got to tell us. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks for coming.